Good morning. It's Thursday Thoughts, and today it's whatsoever things are pure, right? And the letter that Paul writes to the church at Philippi is talking about the things that we're supposed to be thinking about, the way that we're supposed to dwell on certain things throughout our day to help us know the peace of God that passes all understanding, and to live in that peace. And so we've talked about the whatsoever things are true, and whatsoever things are honest, and whatsoever things are right. And today, whatsoever things are pure. And I was, thinking about how that sometimes gets so miscommunicated. We think of things that are pure as being like perfect and completely undefiled, and things that are pristine, and I'm thinking there's not a lot of things like that in the world. We can think of different situations, maybe like if we're out in the beauty of nature and we see a vista or a stream that seems to have pure water. I mean, right now in my car, I have this bottle of water, and it says right on there, purified drinking water. And I think about the fact that water didn't start out that way. Apparently, it had to be purified. Something had to be done to it, and that's when it kind of hit me that's more about the things I think Paul was talking about when he said, think about whatsoever things are pure, and how they became pure. Too often we put this incredible burden and weight on others and ourselves by thinking that purity is about this moral behavior that we have to achieve to. And we talk about accountability groups that help us, keep our thoughts right and keep our actions pure. And the only problem with that is that too often we're focusing on the things we need to get cleaned up, and thinking that it's our job and our effort that makes that happen. And I think, for me at least, the things that are pure in the scripture are those accounts in the Gospels, especially, where Jesus purifies someone. I think about the woman who's caught in adultery and thrown before the feet of Jesus, and the demand for her condemnation, and rather than condemnation, Jesus declares over her forgiveness. The woman who comes to anoint his feet with her tears and wipes his feet with her hair, and all the religious people of the day just saying, doesn't Jesus know what kind of woman this is? And instead, Jesus extends forgiveness and love to her. I think of the accounts in Scripture where like the prodigal son who is left and squandered all the inheritance and has rebelled against the father, and he comes back not with really sincere and genuine and pure motives, but he's hungry, and so he thinks, at least I can come back and my father will hire me. And instead of just getting a job, the father runs, embraces his son, and speaks over him the truth that he is still a son in the household. And I think of those things that are pure. That's the stuff I think that when we're to think on whatsoever things are pure, we think upon the ways Jesus has come to cleanse us and to make us right with God. And again, when he has taken the initiative, when we are convinced of his love for us and convinced about how much he cares for us and how he has claimed us, we then will begin to live a life that is clean and pure. But before that, it's about being made pure. We're made right with God through Jesus Christ. And all those accounts in scriptures, and maybe all those accounts in our own lives where we've watched Jesus come in to rescue and to deliver, whatsoever things are pure, and how that changes my heart then toward other people. I begin to think of other people not critically and judgmentally, but Lord, how do you want to bring purity upon them today? How do you want to cleanse this situation? How do you want to make this mess right again? And to trust in the power of God to be able to do that. And so I just encourage us all today to consider the fact that Jesus has come to purify us. There's this beautiful passage in 1 John chapter 3, verses 1 through 3. It begins with, how great is the love the Father has lavished upon us, that we should become children of God. And that is what we are. And then it goes on to say that those who have this hope of knowing that Jesus has caused us to become children of God, those who have this hope purify themselves because Jesus is pure. You see, once we get claimed, once we know it in our heart of hearts how loved and claimed we are by God, we can then begin to extend that same kind of love and mercy and kindness toward others. And so this day, on this Thursday, thought, whatsoever things are pure, I pray that first of all, you would be reminded today how Jesus has purified you, has claimed you, has cleansed you, and that would give you just an overwhelming generosity toward those you deal with today. So have a great Thursday. Look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.